Chad, there you go. Look at there. Good on you. God bless you. Y'all have a seat. Thank you very much, Chad. Thanks for the great introduction. And Anita and I are so pleased to be back in South Carolina. We were just making a comment. It was just six days ago that we made that announcement. It seems like about a month ago. We've covered a lot of country, seen a lot of people, but a great privilege to be back in the Palmetto State, and good to meet with all of the legislators. Bobby, it was good to just get to sit and listen and share with them what y'all are doing here. And speaking of them, your speaker is one of those unabashedly proud conservatives, and I'm proud to call him a friend. Bobby Harrell. Thank you, sir. And Anita will share with you, it has been a whirlwind for the last 7 days as we moved across Texas, but it was I look at it as an awesome, we covered that much country. I guarantee it seemed like we were going from El Paso to Beaumont, and in fact we were going to New Hampshire to Iowa and back to New Hampshire and then to here, so it has been a whirlwind, but it was the opportunity to look people in the eye. It was the opportunity to shake their hands, to discuss their hopes, their dreams, and frankly to earn their trust. I happen to believe that our message has momentum. Even though this administration tries to tell us that the recession is over, citizens don't feel like we're in a recovery. If you're one of those 1 in 10 in South Carolina that are out of work, or one of the job seekers who, you've looked so long that you've just given up, you know for a fact we're not in a recovery. The fact is 1 in 6 work-eligible Americans cannot find a full-time job. That is not a recovery. That is an economic disaster. The president this week, he said that we had reversed the recession, but, over the last 6 months, we just kind of had a run of bad luck. Our economic plan shouldn't count on luck. It should depend on some sound economic principles. President Obama's policies increased unemployment. It exploded the debt. It led to the first downgrade in the credit of the United States in history. We don't need an excuse maker as the commander-in-chief who assigns blame instead of taking responsibility. We don't need a government solution. We need to get government out of the way and let the private sector do what the private sector does best, which is create jobs, which in turn creates wealth. The fact is the president's stimulus plan has failed. The Obama administration recently referred to food stamps as an economic stimulus. Food stamps are not the solution. They are a symptom of the problem. Too many people are without work. Most Americans do not yearn to be dependent on government subsidies. They want economic freedom to have a job, to work, to take care of their family. That's what Americans yearn for. The central issue of this election is going to be an administration that believes Washington must be our caretaker, and the people who want Washington to only care for their constitutional responsibilities. That's what this election is going to be about. We've tried for 2.5 years, government trying to create jobs. It's time for the private sector to be given the chance to create jobs. We talk about job creation. I'm pretty proud of the record that we have in the state of Texas. And since June of 2009, my home state has created 40% of all the jobs created in America. And as governor, I've governed on just a few but basic principles. Number one is don't spend all the money. I need to try that, Wendell, in Washington, D.C. Don't spend all the money. Keep the taxes as low as you can while still delivering the essential services. Have a regulatory climate that is fair and predictable and a legal system that does not allow for oversuing. Then get out of the way, government, and let the private sector do what the private sector does best: create jobs and create wealth. Yep. For 10 years, Barrett, that is the process that we put in place in the state of Texas, and it has produced the strongest economy in this country. And it's time to limit and simplify our taxes in this country. We got to quit spending money we don't have. We need to get our fiscal house in order and restore our good credit. And we must repeal this president's misguided, one-size-fits-all, government-run health care plan immediately. Bobby, I am positive that I do know South Carolinians well enough to know that they believe that the best long-term source of government revenue is job creation, not higher taxation. You know we can't tax and spend our way to prosperity, but we can grow our way out of it with lower taxes and less spending and lighter regulation. The time to back our country is now. And I ask you to join us in this campaign, that you be a part of a great effort to change the direction of America, return the power to the people. Restoring the American dream begins now, right here in Columbia. God bless you, and thank you all for letting us come and be a part of this today.
Governor Rick Perry, y'all give him a big hand.